Welcome back to the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen Adult Education and Word Preparedness Program Computer Basics Digital Literacy course. This class is for beginners, someone new to using computers and basic internet usage. The class learning objective: understanding basic internet terminology, know how to open an internet browser to access the internet, understand search techniques, and finding websites and their information. Now let's start up your computer and log on. Now, once you've turned on your computer, if your computer has password protected, you will see the screen. You will put in your username and password. You will then go to your desktop. You may ask, what is the internet? The internet is a global network of computers and other electronic devices. The internet allows you to access instantly to people and information worldwide. You may have heard the term information superhighway. Well, the internet is a vast infrastructure that allows computers to talk to each other, even though computers may have different operating systems. Your computer communicates with other computers called servers using IP addresses or unique identification numbers, something like a home address. Servers store a website information and sends back the data you requested to your computer through your internet service. There are several ways to connect to the internet using an internet service provider. Now there's also the World Wide Web, or the web, which consists of a collection of different websites you can access through the internet. A website is made up of coding that is translated by the browser into text, images, and music. Websites are linked together like a spider web. Websites can look like a blog, a TV show, or they can even be interactive like a video game. Internet connection. Now there are several types of internet service, but first you need an internet service provider, and there are companies that connect you to the internet for a fee. Now there's dial-up. This is generally the slowest internet connection, and you would use a phone line. There's DSL, and they use broadband connection, which makes it faster than dial-up. DSL connects to the internet via a phone line, but it does not require you to have a landline at home. Then there's cable. Cable connects to the internet via cable TV. It uses a broadband connection and can be faster than dial-up and DSL service. And lastly, there's satellite. A satellite connection uses broadband, but it does not require a cable or a phone line, and it connects to the internet via satellite. Now, when you want to connect to the internet using your computer, you have to do it using a network, wireless network. So the first thing you have to do is go to the lower left-hand corner of your computer screen, where you will find in your system tray a list of networks that you can connect to. Now, as you see here, it is highlighted in red, and that is the bars, which means you're connected. But sometimes if you're not connected, you'll see an icon of the world. Now, these are various looks of icon, and then we have an example that shows you what it looks like when you're connected. So you would connect your PC to the wireless network by clicking on that icon. Then you would select the network that you'd like to connect with and click Connect. Once you do that, it would ask you for the password, and once you enter the password, you'll be connected to that network. Web browsers. Now, a web browser is a program that allows you to view websites and navigate between them using hyperlinks. Also used to access web-based applications like Yahoo Mail and to store and access documents like Google Drive. Now, there are 4 popular web browsers. The first one is Internet Explorer, then you've got Firefox, Google Chrome, and Safari. Here are examples of your web browser windows for each one, for Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, and Safari. Now you can open an Internet browser once connected to the Internet. There are several browsers to choose from, as you saw, and you can select one of the icons on your desktop or in your toolbar below. Now here are parts of the web browser that we're going to review. Well, first we will look at a web page. Now the example is the T.A.S.K AEWP YouTube channel, and they're broken down into numbers for each item. So the first one shows you the tabs. Now here you've got two tabs. One is of a sign-in tab, and then the other one is for the YouTube channel. Next, we've got the forward and backward button. It's number 2. Number 3, that is your refresh or stop button. Number 4, that is the website address within the address bar. Then you've got number 5, which is the search box. And the search box are on most websites so that you can search and find information or products easily. Then you've got the minimize, maximize, and close for number 6, as you see in the top right-hand corner. And then below that, number 7, you've got the scroll bar. So the web address tells the computer the correct combination of letters, numbers, and/or characters to reach a particular website. The Uniform Resource Locator, also known as an Internet address or web address or a URL. It contains no spaces and requires correct spelling, and usually begins with www.http or https. As an example below, you will see where the cursor is highlighted in red in a box is where you would put the address. Number 2 is the address that you would type in, and number 3, you would hit the enter key. The enter key that is on your keyboard. Now here's an example. www.https://TrentonAreaSoupKitchen.org. Domain. A domain is the name of a website. The last few letters after the period of the website is referred to as the website's top level, and is called the domain suffix. The suffix gives users an indication about the type of website that you're visiting. Now, .com is a commercial or business company. .org is for nonprofit, like the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen. .gov for government agencies. .info, which is informational website. .eud, educational, institutions such as a school or college. .net for internet service provider like AT&T. And .mil for United States military branches. A website is a collection of web pages that provide information about a business, group, organization, or person, such as the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen. And then you've got a web page, which is an electronic document with text, images, and other links that is accessed by clicking on a hyperlink from a results list in the web browser. So here you've got the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen as an example of a website, and then a web page. This is Google, and the links are highlighted in blue. Those are the hyperlinks. Now here you've got a home page, and that appears first when someone clicks on a hyperlink, or if you type in a website address. The first page that you come to is considered the website's home page. Now, tabs are used to open a new web page without closing the current one, and you can navigate back and forth between them. So as you see in the example, there are 3 tabs that are open, and each tab is to a particular web page. So in your web browser window, there are various buttons that you will use. And here's an example listed below some of the most common web browser buttons. You've got your back button, used to return to the previous screen in a web browser. You've got your forward button, used to return to the screen that appeared before you hit the back button. And your stop button, used to stop the web page from loading when it's taking too long, or you realize you entered the incorrect information into your search box. And you can also use that to close a web page. And then you've got your refresh, reload button, used to search for new content on the current page or try to reload the page after clicking the stop button. And sometimes if the page freezes, you can also use that to refresh your page. And then you've got the add to the bookmark or favorites. It's used to save a favorite or frequently visited website so they're easier to find. They usually will appear on the top bar as a tab. And then you've got your home, which is used to return to the home page for the browser. You can select which website or web page you would designate as your home page, and that is in your browser settings. And here you've got the address bar, and this is where you would type in your website or your web page address. Now you've got the search box, and you can use that to enter in keywords to find a specific website address. Now some browsers only have a single omnibox, and that is used to enter both a website address and to look for keywords for search. Now some websites, they have the search box within their website, and that is used to find like products or information that is on that website. Now in your web browser window, in the upper right hand corner, you will usually see these icons or buttons. It's the minimize, maximize, and close buttons. Now the minimize, maximize, and close button, resize, restore, are called control buttons. The control buttons, as I said, appear at the top right corner of the window, or even other applications such as MS Word. And you can see hidden control buttons when you right-click on the title bar of any window or application. Now in your browser window, you'll find your scroll bar. It's on the right-hand side of your screen, and you can click on the up or down arrow at the top or the bottom of the scroll bar to move up and down the page. Now you can navigate on your web page using your mouse. Now as you move the mouse across the page, you will see an arrow will appear. You will take that arrow and you could move it over a link. Now when it comes across a link, it will turn into a hand. When you click on that link, it will take you to another page. As you see the example here, you'll see the arrow, which is the pointer, and then as it came across the link at the T.A.S.K AEWP Digital Literacy channel, that's the link, it turns into a hand. The cloud, a term used to describe web-based applications and or files that are stored online on a shared remote server and accessible to users by logging into an account. Now, examples of that is Amazon, Google Doc, YouTube, and Facebook. So if you've got a Facebook account, you're storing your information, like all your files, on a shared server with millions of other people. And you have to log into the account to get access to those files, but you can access those files anywhere on the planet, the same as Google Docs. There are clouds that are public, private, and hybrid. Search engines and search tools. So search engine is a software system that is designed to carry out web searches. They search the World Wide Web for specific information related to a search. So here we have an example of a search that I typed in for flowers. So here you've got 1-800-Flowers.com. That's the top link that came up. So my example is clicking on that link, that hyperlink, and it takes you to their webpage, which this is their homepage. And it lists all of the information that they want you to see first when you log on or go to their website. And if you look, you will see all of the beautiful flowers they have available to you. Now, this is your web search results, and you can look through their website and find whatever you're looking for. Now, search engines, there are different types of search engines that are available to you. So you've got Yahoo, Bing, and Google. And each search engine is more specific to certain things like news, maps, weather, and sports. Search tools and tips. So a search would be, where are the local flower shops? You can also use connecting words like and or between the keywords to broaden or narrow your search. So you can do a search for, where can I find roses and tulips, instead of where can I find roses or where can I find tulips. If there are multiple pages that show up from your keyword search, go through those pages first before putting in new keywords. So for example, if you put in, where are the local flower shops, and there are 3 pages, look through those 3 pages first before looking for, where can I find roses and tulips. Make sure you review the results before clicking. Internet safety. Now, the internet is not evil, but some people, keep your family safe with a few simple guidelines. Be cautious of entering personal information into websites that are not secure. So the HTTPS will feature a lock icon. That means that that website is secure, and the information, private information that you're entering in, is secured, such as your bank or when you're shopping. Now you can also use an antivirus software. You can purchase them online or you can purchase them in your local store. This will keep your computer safe from antivirus. It will do a run through of all of the applications, the most frequently used areas of your computer or areas that could be vulnerable to a virus, and they will do a search, scan it, and let you know if there are any concerns or anything that you should be concerned about, any files that don't look right, and then it will walk you through steps on how to take care of it. But you should never get on the internet without having an antivirus software installed on your computer. Now, internet safety, keeping your applications and software up to date is extremely important because there are vulnerabilities in software, and that's why they do updates. So if there are any quirks within that application or anything that needs to be updated that could leave a door open for a hacker to get into your computer and they find that out, they will update the software, and that way your computer will be safe. Normally you will get an email or some type of a pop-up window that lets you know that it's time to update your software. Now, passwords are extremely important. So using a strong password, very, very important. At least 7 characters, mixing them with uppercase and lowercase letters. You should have at least 1 number and 1 symbol. I think it's a lot easier to use a phrase. I think it's a little harder to forget them. So you could say, I love sunny days, and put a number and a symbol behind that using an uppercase letter, of course, anywhere within the password. It doesn't have to be in the beginning or at the end. You can put it in the middle, wherever you want that uppercase to be. But always use an uppercase, lowercase, a number, and a symbol. It's a lot safer. And a phrase if that makes it easier for you. Try not to use the same password for another website, even though it is very difficult to remember. Nowadays, there are so many passwords that you have everywhere you go, every website you go to. If you're opening an account, you have to do a brand new password and username sometimes too, but it's best to write them down. That way you won't forget. And there are applications that you can use and they store your passwords, but even for me, I really like to write my passwords down. Sometimes people save them in their phone, but if you lose your phone, something happens to your phone, then you lose all that information. So I prefer to write my stuff down. It's old school, but it works for me. Now here's an example of a good password. It's Jello's too yummy! Exclamation point. That's a phrase. That's easy to remember. And here are some websites that are helpful when it comes to just being safe online. So check them out. Got useful information. And now we're going to shut down and close out your computer. So follow the steps. Going to your start menu and clicking on power, which will bring up the restart and shut down. And click shut down and your computer will power down. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the Intro to Internet Basics 1. And you guys have been doing an amazing job, by the way. And this concludes the presentation. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm always looking to hear any new information that you have or feedback. That'll be helpful to improving our videos. And you can look at previous videos on our YouTube channel at T.A.S.K AEWP. Next week, we'll do Internet Basics Part 2. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you again soon.